Hello everyone, my name is Trittany and I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we're all kings and queens of our own kingdom that we call life. This is a pick a pile reading with 4 piles to choose from. We're going to look at just some advice from your higher self, from your spirit guides and your angels. They're going to tell us what you're doing well at, what you're rocking at, and also, where you may be struggling, some difficulties you may be bumping into in your life right now, and advice from your higher self or spirit guides as far as what we can do moving forward and advice for that. So I do want to take a quick second to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, of course, and has joined in the past, everyone who's liking and giving feedback. I love it. Thank you. And I do want to give a warm welcome to everyone who is new. Go ahead, sit down, get yourself some tea, some coffee, some liquids, get hydrated, okay? Grab a snack, do whatever you do. Pop those headphones in, read those subtitles. We're gonna get started with the piles. So we have pile number 1, Smoky Quartz. It's a rough one. It's really, really cool actually. Ooh, it's durable too, honey. Let's just say that. So we have collective number 2, which is some black kyanite. It's like super spiky. I can't hold it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to display. Forgive me, I'm not a car salesman. So collective number 3, you have a blue rainbow moonstone. Blue rainbow moonstone, I believe. It's like iridescent. It kind of reminds me of, what is it called? Starts with an H. Doesn't matter because this is blue rainbow moonstone. Collective number 4, you have Orthoceras fossil, which is really neat as well. And that's collective number 4. All of those timestamps are down below in the comments as always, or you can stop by and hit that description box on your way down. I do have all of the details as far as where you can find me on social media and also how much for a personalized reading. So it'd be really cool if that's what you would want. Just hit me up. I would be glad to help you. So let's go ahead and get started with collective number 1. Okay, this is gonna bother me. Collective number 1, you have the Smoky Quartz. Advice from your higher self and spirit. Wow, okay. Pile number 1 with the Smoky Quartz. Y'all are definitely, when you think of Smoky Quartz, you think of, the haze passing through the translucent matrix of quartz. But it also is, the passing. Smoke always is temporarily. It moves with the wind. It moves with the air. It passes by. So that is a very big theme for you guys right now, is forgiveness and moving on. It's definitely a big thing. It could definitely be within a family or community dynamic. Someone who is close to you. Definitely could have been family members, definitely could have been friends. It could be a child of yours. It could be a parent of yours, a grandparent, a parental figure, or just anyone who is very close and personal to your life that brought a lot of, you know, security and comfort, and someone that you have deep feelings for. And so that's why you're really putting your head over your heart in the matter and really being logical about your healing process and moving forward. So the first card that we do have is number 38, Nurture. I just want to make sure that there's not a glare on this. Okay, so this 38 Nurture adds up to an 11, but we also see it as a root chakra card. We see a mother and child connection as well, a very strong bond. Again, could be with family members, but you're really nurturing your root relationships or your root connections. And even if that's with yourself, I mean, there's definitely something that you're forgiving yourself from in the past as well. So yeah, it's a huge theme throughout your reading. On several cards, you have forgiveness written on them. So that first card is that root chakra energy, the nurture energy. Again, the parental and approval type of situation. We also have it with the Page of Swords. So there definitely could have been some immature communication and some things that may have been said or done that were not in the highest awareness at the time, and it could just be because a little bit of youthfulness, or also just the way that someone speaks. They don't tend to think of it before they speak. Maybe this could be you. It could be a habit that you have if you don't take time to maybe pause and think first about how the things you say or do will affect others, especially if you maybe now have a family, or if you are establishing a family. That could be something that needs to be more considered and weighed in your actions right now. But what Spirit wants you to know that you're doing really good at, the first card that we have is forgiveness itself. So you guys are going through a really transformative time, because we also have transformation. You guys had 2 cards come out. With that forgiveness and transformation, y'all are doing your healing work. I don't know if you guys are getting Reiki, if you're doing acupuncture, meditation, if you're just doing some stretches or yoga or moving your body around and using it. It's helping you heal. I feel like you maybe, finally working through whatever maybe relationship damage that you've had in the past with your parents or yourself, or your inner child, whether that's in this life or last life. You're definitely working through those problems and working towards forgiving not only yourself, who you were in that moment, but everyone else who was there and played a part as well. You're really working through those feelings and letting them pass through you or pass from you, but it's leaving you changed and it's leaving you turned. So, clarifying those 2 cards, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. I just want to give you a little bit of a look there. My camera is down here because I can't see my phone with the glare. And I did just get a new camera, so your girl's trying to figure out how the angles work in this new setup. So awesome. The 3 of Cups in reverse talks about, community, but it being a little bit broken. So you could be separating this energy that you've been in the past that may have hurt you or shaped the way that you grew up. You're not carrying that into the future, okay? You're breaking chains, but you're allowing for natural and healing change to affect the way that things move forward for you, and how you carry that into your own personal relationships with yourself, with your body, with your friends, your family, anyone really. You're just, really adapting and letting that healing transform in all aspects of your life. What challenges you may be having right now? We have the Tower card in reverse, the crumbling in reverse, along with the 7 of Bows clearance in reverse. So I definitely feel like you're definitely someone who acts very fast, and I mean, maybe you could speak before you think, or you just don't, get your actions all the way through. Maybe you did something when you were younger to your parents that could have really hurt them, and you're working through that, or vice versa. But someone definitely needs to take a pause, and I feel like someone's just always ready to jump the gun with the Tower in reverse and the 7 of Bows in reverse, the clearance. So someone just doesn't think of their future actions or the things that they do now, how it will affect their future. And the advice from Spirit is to wait, to kind of slow things down. This could be for you again. This could be for whoever you're dealing with. Excuse me, I'm getting pretty dry. Someone just needs to slow down, and it could definitely be you as well, because I feel like there's a lot of healing energy going on. So you might notice that right now is not the best time to come forth to this person, because there is a breaking down of barriers, a breaking down of scabs, you know, in order to reach that inner flesh wound or that inner soul wound. Spirit's saying, wait, everyone's doing their part, everyone's doing their work. And we also have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So again, we have a family type of energy. It could be with a family member, anyone that you are really, you know, close to spiritually or karmically, because, you know, that's a whole thing too. A lot of you could be having the chance to make a family or to commit to a family, but maybe the way that you were raised, something has you a little bit skittish or feeling unsecure with, you know, maybe settling down and getting a family. So you're learning to maybe forgive some childhood wounds or some ways that you were raised or some viewpoints that you had while being raised, and really trying to probably achieve this 10 of Cups upright. I feel like you really do want the happy home life, the secure family, the good food, the good weather. You want all of that. And I feel like you're probably one person that either jumps all the way in to something, or they're extremely slow. I feel like you're one or the other end of the spectrum. So Spirit's kind of just trying to get you to get that weight, that middle ground, to really see how you feel about things and feel them out and see where time takes it. And then the advice from Spirit for you, the overall energy, what you can use to harness to heal you right now is Topaz. Forgiveness heals. Time to release repressed anger as it is blocking your health and happiness. Wow, if that does not wrap that whole reading up in a bow, I don't know what would. So Topaz is definitely an energy for you guys to harness to help you during this forgiveness time. If this is something that happened in this life or another, it definitely feels like it's through close family, communal members as well. The way that you were raised and maybe the viewpoints that were put upon you, and trying to really see if they align with who you are right now. Not saying that you completely have to dump them, you know, and disregard anything that you've ever learned. It's a part of who you are. You're just going to make it your own and make it something that's healthy and something that's able to progress and become bigger than what it is right now in such a much more positive way. A lot of barriers are being broken down and probed, and I feel like worked on with very new energetic healing waves. As weird as that sounds, okay, but Spirit wants you guys to slow down, because I feel like you'll be more susceptible to absorb this energy, because there may be open wounds right now per se. I feel like you guys could just really just relax, to take it easy on yourself these next couple of days. I feel like there's definitely some heavy energy work going on. So I'm sending you pile number 1, love, light, and good healing energy. Please let me know down in the comments if this resonated with you. I love hearing what everyone has to say. It just blows my mind and it gives me the chills. So go ahead and like the video, or you can subscribe to see more of my future videos, and also vote on what video I post next. So thank you guys for watching pile number 1, and I will see you next time. I need a drink. Pile number 2. You have Black Kyanite. Hello. What is your advice from your higher self and spirit and source? What do they have to say for you? Okay, pile number 2. This is your reading, so your advice from your higher self, spirit guides, or any ancestors around you. The first overall card that we have is number 3, Delight. So when I first see this card, it does, have the purple, the crown chakra card. This has been showing up quite a bit lately in my readings as well. So with number 3, we do think of it as a more challenging number, at least I do personally. But I feel like it's good change, but it's, kind of like a bump in the road. And I feel like you guys have been just breezing over those lately. And that's what Spirit's really wanting to credit you for right now, is your willingness to go with the flow and take things a lot more lightheartedly. I feel like you guys could definitely be dealing with a lot of big changes, a lot of big announcements, overwhelming things that typically, you typically would stop you dead in your tracks. But right now you're just kind of like, all right, well, this is what we got to do to keep going and keep doing what we're trying to do. You're being very progressive and you're being very powerful too. It's great. So clarifying that number 3, Delight overall energy. You're just being an absolute wonder to be around you. Your lighthearted and easygoing energy is really helping those around you as well. With the 6 of Wands, clarifying that, again, I feel like you're able to be an absolute leader right now and be very progressive and very successful in whatever you're trying to accomplish. A lot of people are going to be on board with you right now, and they're going to want to support you and see you succeed as well. So you got a good team and a good community around you. Make sure your influences are good too. If you're on any kind of media, make sure you're following who is actually inspiring for you for the right reasons. But I feel like you're able to show up as that image to other people right now as well. We also have the King of Cups, clarifying that. We had 2 cards come out instead of 1. So again, I feel like with this 6 of Wands, I feel like you're able to kind of control your emotions really well right now. Things that usually would have you upset, this King of Cups upright, have you really in your emotions upset, maybe stuck and stagnant, or not dealing with them in the most efficient or healing way. You're really just breezing past that and moving forward and you're just rolling with the punches and taking the lessons as they're learned. And you're even creating a lot right now. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of people who maybe even math whizzes, or even people who are like super creative. So let's see here. Moving forward, what Spirit wants you to know is your greatest accomplishment, what you're kicking in the butt right now. We have power, okay? So maybe you're feeling drained lately, but Spirit wants you to know that you have a very overswell of potential right now. And I feel like you guys are slowly starting to let it creep out, and it's reinforcing your confidence even, that maybe you had troubles with in the past, that King of Cups in reverse. Spirit's just really letting you see, how much potential you have, and I feel like you're getting it out in small bursts, but there's a whole storm coming. You guys have a lot of potential, and if you guys are really willing to commit to, the forward-moving talents that you have, maybe you're not seeing that reward right now, but there is potential for it in the future. Spirit is saying, with your commitment to this power, this is the Hierophant card, or the Hierophant card does talk about commitments or marriage. It has a lot of potential. This could be with a person maybe that you have, or a job that you have, an opportunity or a skill. If you're really willing to hone in on it, it's gonna pay off for you, and it's gonna spark a whole revelation in your life, I feel like. And you're really able to channel Spirit with whatever you're doing. Maybe you are enforcing your intuitive abilities or your spiritual your spiritual beliefs. Maybe you're practicing more. It's definitely connecting you to Spirit, and it's charging your battery. So your greatest challenge that you may be facing right now, we have Warrior Woman in reverse. So I'm kind of getting this as, like a tower kind of situation, but the Warrior Woman, so she's in the reverse, so she's really not going to act. Even upright, she's very patient, someone who's very cunning and able to plan things out, but it's in the reverse, so I feel like it's even more put on pause. And I feel like there's a lot of holding back with you right now, especially with this power card. There's a whole storm there, but there's only 2 strikes of lightning yet, so like there's so much more to come. And I feel like your biggest block is maybe you do hold yourself back And also with the Ace of Stones or the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, maybe you don't see your work or your efforts as valuable yet. Maybe you're just not seeing that forward moving progress, so that could get you a little bit in this King of Cups in reverse, not very confident about who you are or where you're going. Maybe you just haven't received that recognition yet, but you're continuing to move forward and enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it. That's the key part. But the warrior woman, I mean, she's such a badass, okay? But she's in the reverse, along with the Ace of Stones in reverse or the Ace of Pentacles. So you guys are really great at what you're doing. I feel like you could be having a little bit of a clouded self-image right now, or opinion about what it is that you do and what you take your time and put your energy into. Spirit's wanting you to know that the situation will improve. Things will get better. You will reach, a really recognizable standpoint. Let me just wipe that sentence. Spirit wants you to know that the situation will get better, okay? Just believe in that. Believe that hard work will pay off. I believe that you're completely connected to Spirit. You're definitely getting intuitive messages and communicating with your higher self or with your spirit guides. Again, you could be practicing your religious beliefs more or your religious practices. And you could definitely be using tools to do that, even, this talent that Spirit's trying to channel through you. Clarifying that, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like in this reverse position with the situation will improve, I feel like this is what I just said as far as the talent that you have is really what is using that channel. But it's just in the beginning phases. I feel like you guys are just in the fresh new beginning phase, this Page energy of Cups. You're just starting to put in the hard work towards your talent. So look at this photo upright. He's drawing on a canvas. There's so many other colors on the ground for him to choose from. There's so much potential there, and he has so many ideas in his head. You could just tell he's already trying to envision something and manifest it at the same time. It's changing along the way, and he's willing to, work with that and try new things. A lot of things that maybe he's not even comfortable with, he or she, gender neutral. But the situation will improve. It's going to test you and your creative abilities a little bit and maybe challenge your mind more too, but it's going to pay off. So we also have, for the advice from Spirit from you, is apophyllite. Okay, forgive me if I spell that wrong or say that wrong. Apophyllite. It says, increased support, your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. Apophyllite. So this is a crystal that is supposed to help you right now, that would offer the correct energy that maybe you are in need of. Sorry, I'm trying to get the angles right on this new camera. I just bought a new one, so forgive me. What this is saying, your focus. I feel like your focus has definitely been there with the Six of Wands upright, that forward moving constant progress. With the number 3, delight, you're rolling with the punches. You're willing to overcome those challenges and work forward. Your focus is being rewarded because you've opened the doorway to more abundance and help and opportunity. And I feel like this is where that Page of Cups in reverse has came from. Like you're finally becoming open to it, and you're going to be able to use it as a channel for whatever endeavors you're putting your energy into right now, and they're going to pay off in the future. They will improve, but it's going to test you a little bit. And right now I feel like it's testing with, your own self, seeing your own self-worth. This could be, something that you've struggled with for a while, and I feel like with this King of Cups in reverse, it's definitely not the first time that maybe you've had insecurities about whatever you're trying to put out there in the world. I mean, it's a very big part of who you are, I feel like, and a very big thing. So that's maybe why there's a little bit of resistance, because it's so personal to you. So I hope this resonated with you, pile number 2. If it did, please let me know down in the comments. I love to read what everyone says. It's so dope to see, some people who really resonate, and it just gives me goosebumps. So go ahead and give a, comment to what's up. You can also like the video or subscribe to see more of my future videos. Or you can even vote to see what videos I post next. I just reached 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really happy for that. And thank you for everyone who has joined. So, alright, pile number 2, I will see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye. All right, pile number 3, your advice from your higher selves, from Spirit. Wow, okay. Pile number 3. This is your reading. Give me a second. Your girl's tearing up. Okay. So, the first card that we have for your overall energy from your advice is number 48, Divine Support. Adds up to a 12, I believe, which compounds down to a 3. Sorry, I'm just trying to get these new camera angles. I just got a new camera, so, forgive me. So that says Divine Support, which is crown chakra energy. And we also had 2 come out. We have number 44, Blessings, which is heart chakra energy. So this card definitely shows Ganesh from a higher rooftop sending down blessings. You're definitely getting messages from higher sources right now. Wow, pile number 3. If you guys are tapped in, or if you're not aware, you are definitely receiving a lot of energetic downloads. I feel like this is a very common thing, not only in the past couple of months, but definitely, whenever you're watching this video, if it's when it's posted, things have definitely taken a pause or slow down, a very permanent slowdown. And I feel like you guys have definitely slowed down with that energy, but almost in a Buddha peaceful-like way. So we have the King of Swords clarifying your overall energy, your overall advice. Air sign energy, mental energy, headspace energy, completely under control, completely has, everything together or everything organized. You guys could definitely be on top of your performance right now, or really in tune with your body and your mind and maybe your own spirituality and the things that are going on around you. You are just being very intuitive and very aware and very active. And maybe if you're not being active with your body, you're being active in other realms, okay? You're definitely receiving higher energetic upgrades. If you're someone who is a, energetic practitioner, you're getting those downloads that you need, because we're about to face a whole nother experience in the next couple of years. So, what we have for your greatest accomplishment, what Spirit is saying that you're doing best right now, is this standstill card. Everything's slowing down and you're being completely at peace with it and able to see it for what it really is and to see the beauty in it, but also see what role you're playing in it. You're able to kind of remove yourself from maybe all of the emotions or all of the chaoticness around you, whether that's with your family or communities or global energies. If you're typically an empath, I feel like you're really working on building those boundaries. And can we have a moment of silence for everyone who has learned how to set boundaries? I even struggle with setting boundaries sometime as well. That might be something that you guys are working with, or something that could really help you right now. Spirit wants you to know. So we also have clarifying this standstill card is the 10 of Swords in reverse. So again, this is where I'm getting that boundary energy, a little bit reserved or isolated. This could be something that you need right now, but also, let's see, I feel like you guys just really aren't coming to a decision maybe on a situation either. It could be something that's constantly in your head, or something that you're constantly trying to avoid. It could be with a relationship, not only just with yourself, but with a significant other or with family members, or, the general population. Again, I feel like there's a lot of chaotic energies around you, but you're doing a really good job at removing it from, your energy, your aura. But make sure that you're not escaping it, because there's also something that's supposed to be to your attention that Spirit's trying to send down to you with this blessing card. They're trying to bring it to your attention, But just make sure that you're not too aloof of it, or that you're just being too stubborn to maybe look into it in depth, or see it for what it really is and see it for its true value while you have this time to reflect. So, moving on. Your biggest challenge that Spirit is seeing is your ability to answer the call. So it says, what is your soul calling you to do? This is your biggest challenge. So maybe you're being pulled or called to do something or to go somewhere right now, and you're just kind of being stagnant and being stuck, being really, stable in this King of Swords energy. This is very concrete statue energy. You could definitely be called to go somewhere, to go home, to where it feels like home, which maybe you don't even know where that's at. Okay, let's be honest, we've all been there. And I feel like you're just being pulled to maybe even to be in this individual King of Swords isolated energy in order for you to go deeper into your essence, really, because I feel like you're on a divine mission right now. A divine support helps you along your way and helps you along the path, and makes for a very enlightened path nonetheless. So your biggest challenge is you're being pulled somewhere else versus where you are right now, but things are definitely in the standstill and you're dealing with it relatively well. But clarifying that challenge is the 10 of Vessels, happiness, the 10 of Cups. So maybe you guys have this 10 of Cups energy right now. You have this emotional fulfillment right now and stability, but I feel like your soul is almost like reaching out for more, or you know that there's more fulfilling experiences out there. So that's what you're being called to, is maybe you're not just receiving that not necessarily gratitude, but that full feeling that you get from your soul. When your soul's truly happy and truly content and truly fulfilled, when you accomplish something that you've been trying to get over and over again, or a goal that you've had set for yourself, and you reach it. I just feel like you may have not felt that in a while, and maybe you kind of are being called to go within and ask yourself maybe why you're not being fulfilled, and maybe why you're being pulled to be on your own right now. So what we also have, I would definitely be talking to family too during this. So what we have from Spirit as far as their advice from you, we have a year from now. So definitely, a timeline here. It says a year from now. And we also have the King of Cups. So this could definitely be, it could swing either way, if you're looking at this in terms of your relationship or however you're taking this energetic advice. You end up with the advice a year from now as the King of Cups. This could definitely be a isolated individual. The king's literally on his own island here in this photo, and he's like absolutely content by it. So you could be getting called to be on your own right now, but Spirit's saying, sit in this standstill and enjoy things that maybe are around you and appreciate them for their value, and allow yourself to be fulfilled by these experiences or these emotions that you're receiving and giving, and allow those to fulfill you before maybe you try to go into this complete isolation mode. And with this King of Cups as well, this also could be someone who is very happily committed to, and we have a cat catching a fish. So whoever that you do end up with, or you do select, it's a catch ultimately. You guys are a really good relationship. There's a lot of potential there, but it might have you feeling, maybe like you are a little bit restricted, but I do feel like this is a really big internal struggle for you guys, pile number 3, as far as what your soul is being called to do right now in this lifetime. And I feel like you're trying to get a more deeper understanding of why you're being pulled in different directions. And I feel like a lot of it comes from this 10 of Cups emotional fulfillment, or maybe past family relationships, or past family and community structures, as far as like how you guys supported each other emotionally, and how you guys showed up for each other, and how you show up for yourself, because I definitely feel like you guys are a little bit cut off right now, and you might be more wanting to be in that energy in the future, but just make sure that you're in, in a healing way, isolating and working on yourself with that King of Cups. So the last message we have for advice from Spirit is Amethyst, revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel love for who you truly are. And I feel like you guys are having a really big identity pull between your 3D self and your 5D self. You know, this King of Swords being the 3D self, and the King of Cups being the 5D self, more aware of its spiritual existence and emotions, and you know, both of those together is intuition. But I feel like you're being pulled to either be alone or be together with someone or be in a community with someone. And I feel like you're being pulled through a really big self-fulfilling decision, and that could be really hard for you. Amethyst will help that. And I feel the headache coming from you guys. Pile number 3, I'm definitely picking that up. But be true to you with this King of Swords energy. Make sure that you're being honest and truthful with your words and your integrity while things are maybe in a standstill or unable to move right now. Maybe you want to be in this self-isolated alone energy, but you're not able to achieve that yet. Make sure you're being clear with others and with yourself, and not being too harsh on your own self as well. I feel like this is a situation that you do need to give time as far as your decision making. This is a year from now. Allow for things to change, because I feel like there is a really long path ahead of you guys, and you have plenty of time to receive more of this divine support in as far as strengthening your intuition and your spiritual experiences in this life. You're being given one right now. You've been in an experience this entire time, but there's one in particular that Spirit's trying to maybe push on your plate for you to recognize and really work on with this 10 of Cups and this emotional fulfillment. So if this resonated with you, pile number 3, I hope it did. Please let me know down in the comments. I love to read them and hear what you guys have to say about your experiences. It gives me goosebumps. And also give the video a like or subscribe to see more of my future videos. And you can also vote on my polls here on YouTube to see what video I post next. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. If you want to know anything else, all the information is down in the description box. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. All right, collective number 3. Orthoceres, your advice from your higher self, spirit guides. Pile 4. Okay, pile number 4, your overall energy for your advice from your higher self and from spirit guides is this number 41, belonging. It adds up to a 5. And do forgive me, I did just buy a new camera, so we're just trying to figure out the angles and all of those cool things. So if you see me looking off, I'm looking at the monitor. I just want to make sure that there's not, some funky glare in your guys' eyes. So this 41, belonging, is your guys' overall energy, adds up to a 5, which can be seen as a stable, a home life. When I picture 5, I see 4, like a house, and then the tip of the roof has 5. So I don't know. I see that as a family number, as a home number, and I feel like that's a really big theme for you guys in this reading, as far as being content and being happy and being confident with where you are, not only in your physical life, but maybe in your accomplishments as well. So moving on, to clarify that 41 belonging, we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. So there's definitely some unclear answers and just unclear mental spaces as far as not being sure whether to make a decision or not, or what option to go with, which way is better, which road is better. There's just no consensus right now. There might be an absolute stillness of mind that you're trying to accomplish. Maybe things are a little bit chaotic, so it's harder for you to get there. But I feel like you're trying to piece this into your healing process as far as going within and slowing things down and quieting down and really listening to what advice Spirit has for you. So welcome. Taking a moment of silence. Moving on, we have thriving. Okay, so this is what Spirit wants you to know that you are doing good at. So you are absolutely thriving. No worries. There might be a tough decision that you have on your plate right now, but Spirit wants you to know that where you are right now is good enough. It's more than good enough. Are you grateful? Are you thankful for everything that you have? Because you have a lot, not to, speak of your situation, but Spirit wants you to know that you have a lot more with you, supporting you, and bringing you up to higher levels than you are aware of. You're very powerful, you're very ambitious, and you have a lot of potential. Spirit just wants you to see that because you've came a long way. Maybe you're doing better now than you were in the past. So you just need to kind of maybe reflect on that. I feel like you're looking to more at recent events versus the long run, where you were in the long path, where you were in the past versus, where you were a couple of weeks ago. So if you're looking at wow, y'all, pile number 4, your progress. If you're looking at the short-term progress, honey, let me just say you've came a long way, and Spirit's able to see that. Other people are able to see your growth as well. There's a giraffe poking way above, the trees. Giraffes are noticeable in a good way, in a very, very powerful good way. So just keeping that in mind. And, clarifying that, we do have the World card. So what other beauty than the world herself in all of her glory? So this is what Spirit's saying that you're doing best at. You're really establishing yourself, and I feel like you're gaining recognition as well. There could be a little bit uncertainty with you in that as far as how you're dealing with that or how it's making you feel. And making, is it changing you? Is it changing your home life? Is it changing your day-to-day routine? Is it changing your relationship with yourself? Is it calling you to go other places? I feel like with this World card, you're being open to all of those possibilities, but also you're putting yourself first in all of those, which is ultimately probably what you need to do. And of course, if you have kids, I'm sure they're looped in with who you are as a person. So you're really prioritizing and making the best decisions and feeling like you have the power to take it any direction that you want. And like I'm saying, you guys are really attracting a lot of positive energy right now and a lot of positive recognition. And a lot of people look up to you. I'm getting a lot of you are having your hair and nails are getting stronger. Some of you might be taking vitamins. I don't know, but that's definitely what's coming through. Yeah, I mean, you're doing really well at managing. If there's a lot of tough stuff going on around you in today's climate, with everything that is going on, you're doing a really well job at maintaining your own sanity and being above all of that, the negative, fearful energy, the lower vibrations. You're way beyond that, which is great. But I feel like, there's something that kind of causes you to look over your shoulder, or that keeps causing you to come back to it in your mind. We'll see what it is. And it could be that, you could be more worried about the way that other people do perceive you as well. So the biggest challenge that Spirit has for you is this transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So this is like a high priestess looking kind of card. I know this deck does have a high priestess, I believe, but this one is transformation. And things are changing at a cellular level. And I definitely feel like you guys are aware of this change. It's like a slight inconvenience for you. And it's almost making you like, it's almost like a nuisance or annoying. So you're kind of like, oh, do I need to change something about myself? Do I need to change something about the way that I'm doing things? You could just be really self-analytical right now, or self-analyzing almost. But Spirit's, letting you know that you're doing really well, you're thriving, you're doing great. There's nothing that you really need to change. But the things that are changing, you are getting energetic upgrades. And things are changing at a very deep cellular level. Maybe you're seeing that more physically in your body. As far as changes, I know women, we can see a lot of hormonal change as we go through those cycles. This is the World card, which deals with all of those types of transitions. So you could definitely be seeing changes in your body or in the way that you're feeling. And if you're a man, you can still see hormonal changes in your skin and in your hair. Also in your, anywhere in your body, your digestive system, and your stomach, and in your breathing, and just stuff like that. So with the Three of Vessels in reverse, clarifying that, when I think the Three of Vessels, I think the mind, body, and spirit connection, as well as, the three major systems in the body. I'm not a doctor, but this seems like, a lot of cohesiveness in the human experience as far as, staying in touch with our higher selves at the same time as well. But there's all different kinds of levels of healing right now. But this is your biggest challenge. So I feel like right now you guys aren't as perceptive to it. You're just starting to pick up on it. It's that nuisance that's kind of causing you to, question things. And you're just now starting to find the flea or find the tick almost, and now you're getting ready to remove it and to work on it. But it's going to take a while for all three of these things, your head, your heart, and your mind, your body, and your spirit to all get on the same page. It's going to take a little bit of rewiring for you, and where you are right now in life, or who you are right now in life, and really kind of getting, that mind, body, spirit connection established within the next few weeks, and really feeling that build. I feel like with the Justice card in reverse, there might not be a clear decision yet, but that will come with time. We do have Diamond, value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. So that totally relates to this World card right now being your greatest accomplishment. I feel like you are being able to finally accept yourself for who you are, and accept your value and your beauty, and even in all of your flaws right now. And you are just absolutely thriving. You've came such a long way. You look better now than you did before. So congrats to you if that's something you've been working on, and it's really helped build your mind and body connection. But I feel like there may be something else missing. Maybe you're not practicing your spirit enough. So Spirit's just saying, tap into that, because we're trying to give you some cellular healing right now. And that may be why you're questioning about who you are right now, because you're changing. You're not something that is defined, but there are major things that are being rewired within you. So thank you, pile number 3. If this video resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments. I love hearing everyone's stories. They give me chills. And you can give the video a like or subscribe to see more of my future videos and to vote on what video I post next. So go ahead and join the channel. Welcome to everyone who is new, and thank you for everyone who has joined along the way. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you, pile number 3.